What's going on, faithful? It's your boy Wayne Breezie, and the San Francisco 49ers just got destroyed in Seattle. The season has come to an end. The 49ers are on their way to Cancun or Cabo or wherever y'all want to say we going, but it's crazy. It's 41-6 was the score. 49ers throwbacks in here. Well, tough breaking loss. Let it out. I'm hoping the faithful come in here and join because this was bad. And you know what? I'm gonna start the show off with giving my credit to the 49ers for doing what they had to do all season long. They were resilient and they fought all season long through adversity. We're talking injury after injury after injury, losing key players, all pro players, Pro Bowl players. Like the Niners did what they did. And I definitely tip my hat. I thought the coaching was superb. And unfortunately, they finished 12-5 on the season. They won on the road in the wild card. And they just couldn't get it done in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't get it done in Seattle. Shout out to all the members of the Breezy Bunch crew that's in here. And I like the realness of what's going on. I'm gonna focus on you guys today. I'm not gonna talk much about what I saw. I could do that on Monday or whatever. But let's start. Let's get some of these comments up here. Tough breaking loss. Let it out, faithful. This is what we're here for. Of course, here come the folks saying fire Kyle Shanahan, and definitely applause to you for being first. X-Man says I'm lost for words. Tanisha, we got belt to ass. It was tough, man. Eddie G and the B-Dogs, what up, faithful? My heart hurts. No fight at all. I thought I was the only one that felt that way, and I'm glad that I'm not. On Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I came out and said this was a pathetic way to lose because that was a pathetic outing from our team. If you would have told me that our team that showed up today hasn't been the team, the resilient team that we've been watching all season long, I didn't expect them to get belt to ass. Even if I expected them to lose, it wasn't like that. There was no resiliency. There was no fight. There was no urgency. There was no rhythm. It was a lot missing. And I know, I hate when some of the 49er faithful that I don't know come out and be like, well, we were injured. Really? Like, I ain't fucking know that. Like, I don't do this shit for a living. Duh, we've been injured. But you know what we've been doing since we've been injured? You can't come at me and say next fucking man up and then use the but we are injured excuse. No, fuck that. Next man up. I'm expecting them to come out and do their job. Don't hit me with that we were out talented. Says fucking who? You? Who the fuck are you? No, we were outworked. We were out executed. We were outwitted. We were outsmart. But don't give me that we were out-talented because I think the 49ers are a talented fucking team. And when they're winning, you think we're a talented fucking team. So y'all can miss me with that. This team today was pathetic. And the only person I saw fighting, only person, maybe two people, was Brock Purdy and Eddie Pinheiro. Because even Eddie took a 15 motherfucking yard penalty trying to clip a motherfucker. But he still gave it the touchdown. Wish he would have clipped him. If you're going to clip a brother, if you're going to try to clip a brother, bro, just clip him. So that way, he don't score. But this game from the beginning, the deflation was tough. Vish_Bell. Do you think we'll ever win a Super Bowl? Yes. With Mike McDonald being with the Seahawks. Yes. Here's why. What I think Kyle did was underestimated the growth. And this is my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I think Kyle Shanahan underestimated the growth, the rapid growth of how fast Mike Macdonald's defense would transcend. I think he underestimated. It's only his second year. And I think, and what I mean by that is by the way he drafted a lot of young players, right? But he drafted dogs. And they brought in key free agents to fill certain voids. Ernest Jones was probably one of the best free agent acquisitions for any team this year. They got an all-pro, Pro Bowl linebacker for the low price. That cat was just dwindling around. He ended up going to Seattle. I don't know if it was this year or last year. I think it was the first year that McDonald was head coach. That was probably a great acquisition for them. So the reason why I say yes is because I think now Kyle realizes he has to make adjustments to the personnel that he has. So that's why I say yes. You watch McDonald change the Seattle personnel, and it's built to beat the Rams and the 49ers. No one cares about the Cardinals. It's built to beat those two teams. And so the Seahawks have proven that they could beat this type of 49ers team. 49ers got to get bigger, stronger, and tougher. They're too finesse. It's too finesse. I think we're such a finesse team. That's why we stay injured, bro. That's why we stay injured. Fire John Lynch. See, I know you joking. I know you joking. Fire John Lynch. Stephanie, what up, sis? Hey, Wayne. Hey, Faithful. I'm gutted. Heartbroken. I hate the way we lost. Again, I'm not the only one. I thought I was the only one. I get it. And it's okay to be happy for your team. It's okay to be gutted for your team. I'm happy for this team overall. I am pissed off the way this team showed up tonight. I don't think this was the team that we deserved to see. And in a game where Christian McCaffrey gets a stinger, he's not the same. Jake Tonjes hurts his foot. He's not the same. So it's like we still continue to sustain injuries throughout the game. And I on my watch party, if you ask anybody that was on the watch party, I kept saying, golly, Christian McCaffrey getting hit. Like they were hitting him hard, trying to take him out. X-Men, the fact that we made it this far is what we had, is what I'm proud of. I agree with that. That is, you know what? I'm going to ring the bell on that one. I agree with that, but I don't agree with how well I don't think they showed up tonight. The one thing I didn't want to happen happened, but we got our butts whipped. So embarrassing. Yeah, it was. And again, if there's going to be some Seahawk fans in here, man, tip my hat to you guys. You guys showed up. You guys showed up, and y'all showed out. Y'all won. Hands down. Y'all whipped our ass, period. Nothing else I can say about it. I didn't want to get an ass whipping like Tanisha said earlier. You know what I mean? But you got to go back to the kickoff, man. That's where it started. It started at the kickoff. Boom. Ben, what up, man? Shout out to the moderators, too. They out there. It's like we got the air knocked out of us and couldn't get nothing clicking. I'm sad, but we went the distance, and I'm proud of my team. Let's go, baby. Shout out to all the 49er fans out there that are very proud of this team. I could dig it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely proud of the team. Chrissy1687 says Tank was empty. See, I from what we saw, I agree. I wouldn't have, if you would have told me that before this game, I wouldn't have believed that. I think the Niners had a game plan. I think they just couldn't execute it properly. Offensively, the Niners were terrible. Defensively, the Niners were horrific. Special teams, the Niners were pathetic. You give up a touchdown on special teams, you deserve to be under the scope. Sorry, Brant Boyer. Brant Boyer had a great season. And one game, you give up that touchdown. It's just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ben says, I'm sorry, but even some are saying Salah was to blame for taking that meeting hours before the game and wasn't focused on us. Hey, this is something we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? Something we'll never know. I don't know how much this is a problem or this affects things, but you know what, Ben? It could be. Who knows? It could be. The Niners got beat by a better team, but I don't feel like the Niners Like Chrissy said, we were out of gas. Or our tank was empty, excuse me. I just feel like the Niners didn't even, like, they didn't show up. There was no fight. Like, where's the fight? All I wanted was the fight, you know? And I get it. I saw D. Winters knocking cats off. I saw missed tackles. I saw good coverage, but then I saw penalties and bad coverages. Somebody, because I must have put my head down. Can somebody in the chat, I don't care if you're a member or a non-member, can somebody tell me who gave up that pass, that wide open pass to Kenneth Walker, or did he not catch it? I can't remember, but can somebody tell me that, please? Master Sith, we got a super chat contribution. Thank you so much. Let's read it out. It says, happy to have made it this far. Oh, shoot. That's what I'm talking about. Can't wait for next season. Thanks for all the great content, Wayne. Man, I appreciate it. Y'all, I'm happy we made it this far. I wanted us to go all the way. For sure. I thought we had an opportunity. I thought we had a chance. And next season, next season is going to be a rude awakening. Here's the thing I'm looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to getting players back, but I also know that we're going to be older at some positions. And so I'm curious to see what Jed York allows John Lynch to do with the checkbook. I'm curious. I'm curious to see how they attack free agency this year opposed to last year. I know we got a lot of dead money we got to pay. I know we got to figure out this Brandon Ayuk situation. You know what I'm saying? And I know. Trust me. But I can't wait to see how that pans out. Because if the Niners can get... It's not that we didn't spend money in free agency. We spent money on players, but it's the quality. That's the difference. If you told me that another team was more talented based off of whatever, their players being more talented, well, I wonder why. I wonder why. And I was all for Jed York and his plan, right? When things were good, I was all for the plan. Everybody was healthy. I was for the plan. It was when you started losing those key pieces. That's when the plan was like, come on, Jed, let John spend some bread, dog. We could get this guy. He costs about $17 million. Just open up the checkbook. Let's do a deal. You pay him whatever, out the pocket, up front, whatever. Let's make it happen because we got to push. Man, the Niners finished last in the league with sacks, pressures, and all that good stuff because we didn't thoroughly address those key losses. The Nick Bosas, the Fred Warners. And you said you wanted to try to see what Michael was going to do, but you saw him take a decline after Nick Bosa got injured, and then he ended up tearing his ACL. It's crazy. Let's get to some more of these super chats. 49er Jeff's my bro, man. Says, yo, we got smacked. The Seahawks were just a better team. I'm still proud of my team, proud of our team. Stay faithful. Thank you, Breezie, for the hard work you put in. Pause. Definitely going to pause right there. But I appreciate the super chat contribution. I couldn't be more proud of this team, and I love it that people are proud of the team. During the game, I was upset with this team because the team that I saw, I didn't recognize. Sorry. But I'm definitely proud of this team overall, man. They fought all season long, and they just got to a team. I don't even know if the Seahawks were that much better. I know what the score says, but y'all didn't think that the Seahawks were that much better before this game started. I know, because y'all had us winning, and y'all thought the game was going to be close. So I think the Seahawks came out, and they were about business, and they fought harder. That's what I get. That's what I get. Do they have more talent at certain positions? Yes. Do the Niners have talent at certain positions? Yes. I don't know if they were better. I just think that they came out, executed it, and they wanted this win more than anything. And sometimes when you want something, you play better. But I appreciate the super chat contribution. Got a couple more I want to get to while we're doing the show. Master Sith again says, hopefully the Niners go shopping. And this is what we could hope for, right? This is what we're hoping for. We're hoping that the Niners go shopping in free agency. You guys talk about wide receivers all the time. I'm at the point where, yeah, do I want to draft a wide receiver? Yeah, I do. But if you ain't drafting one of them top 10 wide receivers, man, fuck that wide receiver, man. Go out there and spend money. Get you a guy that's a beater down the football field. No pause. Beater down the football field. I mean, especially if you're going to, think twice about bringing Jawan Jennings back. He had a crucial drop in this game. But it was so late, it wouldn't have mattered. But it's still a drop. Do you guys think we bring back Jawan Jennings, or do you want to go after another wide receiver? I mean, there's going to be some wide receivers that are going to be free agents this year, so it's going to be interesting to see. Speaking of wide receivers, Steven Draper with a super chat contribution. Those route concepts and blocking schemes were booty. Bro, we don't have guys that could create separation. I think we're finally starting to realize that the guys that we have just can't create separation, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. They can't create it. Even the Ricky Pearsall, I thought he ran a good route. Unfortunately, he just couldn't come down with the pass. Brock put it to a place where he had to go get it. He couldn't cleanly catch that pass and survive the ground, right? And so, damn, you need your first round pick to catch that pass. I'm sorry. He probably got injured on the play now that I think about it. Miss Peachy Brown, we got to get tougher mentally and physically. I don't know where this starts. I don't know if this starts with coaching. I'm not on the fire Kyle and John Train. But I need Kyle Shanahan. What I saw him do to Renardo Green is the Kyle Shanahan. I'm like, getting these players' ass, man. Like, when they fuck up, getting their ass. Respectfully. But getting it. Let them know. You're not going to tolerate it. Like, you're just not. You're the coach. They the player. You play for me. I chose you. I need you out here in the football field. Stop making stupid-ass, dumb-ass mental mistakes. And I like that Kyle Shanahan did that. It should have been Robert Saleh doing that. But Kyle Shanahan said, yo, you gave up a 2nd and 20, my guy. 2nd and 20. Because your eyes are down here. And you lost the spacing in your zone. We're playing zone. You got to cover space. And then, bro, Cooper Kupp had a mother-freaking game. Cooper Kupp ain't played all season long. Respectfully, I don't think he was good this year. But in this game, it was him over JSN. Oh, let me just see. Cooper Kupp finished with 60. He led the receivers in yards. Get the f*** out of here. Cooper Kupp ain't played a full season since 2012. Really? All right. I think I'm with Peachy here. You had guys like Debo. That's the mentality we needed. But nah, y'all wanted to move on from Debo. Bet you if you had a Debo, let me just say this right here, right? I know Debo wasn't the great separator. But don't y'all wish we had Debo tonight? Because all they did was play off ball. They gave us space, and all Brock had to do was get the ball in somebody's hand that can run after the catch. We had none of those players. Not one. Not one of those. Ain't that funny? Isn't that funny? I realize that, That's funny. No Brandon Ayuk because whatever. He want to be MIA or whatever. It's just so funny how those two key components change the way this offense works against that style of defense. And the one time we could have used those components would have been against that style of defense. All they had to do is get the ball to Debo underneath. He sets the tone. That's that physical mentality that we're talking about. It's crazy. It's crazy now that I think about it. I didn't even think about that until you said that. Like, it's just crazy. Eddie G and the B-Dogs, man. Thank you for the super chat contribution, too, by the way. Thank everybody. Love you, bro. The whole NGNT crew. Not the ending we wanted, but great job this season. Can't wait for the offseason moves and FBA. Yeah, I get it. Love y'all. I get it. I'm probably gonna do a whole show called FBA live because, bruh, how you middle fingered the team and they needed you. Now I don't know about his injury situation or whatever. I don't even know if he would have been cleared to play. I don't know, but it just didn't. It just didn't go right. It just didn't. It didn't sound right. But thank you for the contribution, my brother Ty. What up, man? There it is. Super chat contribution in the building. Appreciate you, dog. We just got bullied at the O-line again. Ooh, break down this whole thing, man, because I watched the O-line get, what's that word, bludgeoned? Or you said bullied. I'm going to use your word. This game falls on coaching. I'm not saying get rid of any of the coaching, but how many years are we going to get bullied? Not me. Here we go. I like this because I think I was talking about this on Bleacher Report. Bruh, it's time for Chris Forrester to go. He's been through some traumatic, he lost his wife and all that type of stuff. I don't even know I don't know where he is head-wise, mentally wise. But I think the Niners need to change their philosophy when it comes to the offensive line. And I know we're an outside zone team and that's what we run, and we got to get guys with these great 10-yard splits and all that good stuff. Yeah, for sure. But what about the ones that get beat in one-on-ones, man up, straight up? I watched Colt McKivitz and Dominic Pony get pushed into the backfield. On that 3rd-and-1 play to Christian McCaffrey, that should have been a first down. It's 1 yard. Yo, when Colton McKivitz can't beat a guy one-on-one, man. And then you want to talk about Leonard Williams getting to Brock Purdy and the shotgun on another 4th-and-1 or whatever that was. It's because Dominic Pony just got beat, bro. And I understand that's Leonard Williams. I understand that's DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't give a who it is. It's 1 yard. Hold your block. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold the door. Hold it. My Game of Thrones fans out there. Hold door. Hold the door. Hold it, man. 1 yard is all we needed on both of those plays. Then you get sacked. You don't get the first down. And then on that Christian McCaffrey play, we got no yards. Then here comes the pitch to Kyle Juszczyk to option to Christian McCaffrey. Well, why are we doing a fullback read option? What the fuck? What was that? For 1 yard, we just couldn't quarterback sneak it. That was the one play I wanted. I was told Kyle Shanahan, you need to get your shit together, bro. This is the second time. We didn't quarterback sneak the ball once, did we? Now, we quarterback snuck the ball all season long. So somebody tell me why on 4th-and-1s, 3rd-and-1s, there were no quarterback sneaks. Make it make sense. Brock Purdy was one of the best quarterback sneaking running quarterbacks in the league. All of a sudden, that's out of the playbook? Make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. Thank you for the super chats, though. Swift Gotti 25. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm reading this right. As a longtime Seahawks fan, I said we should have sat all of our starters so they could be healthy for next season. You a Seahawks? You're not a Seahawks fan. What? Thank you for the super chat contribution. I know you laughing. That's why I'm like, what? No. We should have went out there and tried to win this game. We should have tried to win this game. That's what I thought. I don't think this is another game where I felt like the Niners were even trying. You mean to tell me Kyle Shanahan couldn't find a way to get a touchdown in 8 quarters against this defense? This defense was that great. We're going to watch Matthew Stafford or whoever played the Seahawks score a touchdown. We're going to be like, It's gonna be we gonna be mad. I can tell you right now. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch football, man. Thank you for the contributions too, man. Ty says you're gonna get me started on McKivitz. I've been being good for most of the season, except in our chats. Yeah, he's not the weakest link, but the low power. He's kind of got some Mike McGlinchey tendencies. The difference between McKivitz and McGlinchey though is McKivitz doesn't get knocked on his ass, whereas McGlinchey did. McKivitz, and I think that's because of his build. But when them low power bull rush suckers get up under him, whew, he ain't got it. He ain't got it, in my opinion. Niner Cali boy, what up, baby? How the F did the refs allow timeout halfway through the play? So they showed the replay, bro. They showed the replay, and McDonald in the sideline judge, he called the timeout before the play was hiked. We just didn't see it, but they showed the replay. I was hoping they did because we looking at the game and we're saying to ourselves, what the freak? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is what it is. You know, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but it happened. To us, it didn't happen, but they showed the replay in the game where that happened, and I was just like, oh man. Look, the Niners, you know, again, this is our team. We love our team. We're gonna support this team. We just got lumped. We got punched in the mouth. We got lumped up. We got bludgeoned. We got beat. Whatever you want to call it. You know, we got it. Optimistically, if you want to look at it optimistically, I mean, they got here to a divisional round, beat up, battered, and bruised. And again, when you you really lost your most effective piece on offense, because even though Christian McCaffrey played, he continued to play with a stinger. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it was rough. You know, it was rough. Swift Gotti says, "Can we call in?" He gave another super chat contribution. I'm gonna give the link. I'm gonna put the link out there. I'll take a few. I ain't trying to be here all night. I got church in the morning. So I'll put the link in the chat. And if you want to join on the show, you could join on the show. How about that? Let me just figure. I forgot how to do this. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. And CMC, I see your comment, Action Jackson. He was getting rocked. I mean, you heard it. I was like, oh no, another hit. Oh no, another hit. Man, which team has a better chance to beat Seattle? The Rams. I think the Rams have a better chance. I still don't want the Rams to win. If we're out, I need the Rams out. I could live with, you know what I'm saying, Seattle, you know, being in there, even though I don't want them to be, but I could live with it. All right, let's get Faux Life Niner in here. What's going on, baby?
Hey, what's up, Breezie? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm hanging in there, bro. Tough loss, man.
Besides that damn ass whooping, man, I'm blessed, man.
That's what's up, man. It's good to be blessed. Blessed and highly favored, man.
Exactly.
So what's going on? What's your take, man?
Shit, man. I'm so confused right now.
What's got you confused?
I was like, man, let me check on Breezie real quick, man. See what he's talking about. You know what I mean? It's a roller coaster, man. I'm really proud of this season because I was not expecting the record that we had. But to get embarrassed like that, it hurts. I might have to call off work. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta go get that money. I'm gonna go in there strong, faithful with my bang. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still bang Niner game, my shit, everything. Excuse the cussing, but
that's all good.
That was absolutely Breezie. It hurts. Ow. Ow.
It was bad.
It was bad, bro.
It was definitely bad. I'm trying to fix the echo. They said there's an echo, so I think I got it.
Yeah, there's the echo.
All right, it should be. Hopefully, it's fixed now. This thing is.
All right, hello.
You still got an echo?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't hear an echo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was hearing the echo for a minute.
Yeah, it was on a different setting. I don't know why I think keep changing settings, but it's all good. You should be fixed now. But no, like I agree with you. I think our emotions went through a roller coaster all season. I think the hype that we got was because we just kept finding ways to win. And today was one of those days where I don't even think the team showed up in Seattle, which I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting fight. I didn't get fight. And some people said they got fight. Some people said we were fighting. I don't know. I can't, it's hard for me to tack on that narrative. Do I believe that some players were playing better than others? Yeah. Like, I think Brock was putting it out on the line, right? I thought Brock he was trying to do what he could do with what he had. You know, he had receivers dropping passes. He had players fumbling the ball. He turning over the ball. So, like, I get it, but I just felt like the fight from this team was obsolete, and I don't want to say it started at the return, the kick return for the touchdown, but man, the deflation from that moment on was just like, oh shoot, it's gonna be a long.
And that's the thing too, Breezy, is okay. The fight. We understand we have to fight because of look at who we're playing with. You know what I mean? We're playing with third, fourth, fifth, 10 strings of players. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That is the fight, but like, okay, so what are we gonna do moving forward? Like, so are we gonna keep fighting every season? I know it's a fight regardless, but like, what are we gonna do to get like, okay, when we go into this fight, it's gonna be a Mike Tyson fight. You're gonna pay for this, and you're gonna see 1 second. You know what I mean?
Yep,
we're gonna knock you out. When we gonna start punching on people instead of taking the punches?
I think I think that would happen. That's got to happen in the draft and in free agency. You got to get better players. It's a team fight.
Okay,
so you need better fighters.
Exactly, and that's the part that I'm saying, Breezy. Not to cut you off, but it's like, look what it took. How good we played with all the injury, with all the injuries we had this season. Look what it took to actually get to the record that we had with our second strings, our rookies and whatnot. They were playing good. But everybody's always in the doghouse because of the Cabo click. You see what I'm saying, bro?
But that click is almost
it's slowly deteriorating.
It's slowly deteriorating.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's slowly going, bro.
Yeah.
But Kyle's starting to see it, bro. Did you see that when they went to a commercial break, but they played Kyle Shanahan's face, and he was screaming and all the spit was coming out his mouth. Okay, see, he's getting angry because he ain't got his players out there that he went out there playing. But having everybody out there playing the way that you know what I'm saying? Like, because he had no choice. Mm-hmm. He had no choice to put his players out there, and he put them out there, and they were playing good. Mm-hmm. I don't even know if Kyle Shanahan knew that they would have that record. You know what I mean? But the part, like, what I'm trying to say is I'm really confused, but I'm not confused because it's like, it's really simple. It's right there in front of your face. Play the players that are good players that you draft. Don't just sit them. Don't put them on the shelf.
So you
play your players. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just my frustration, Breezy. That's my frustration, man.
I think that's everybody. I think everybody shares that sentiment and frustration. You draft players, then they end up on the IR. You draft players, but they're inactive. You draft. I think there's a depth chart for a reason, right? So if you're gonna look at a depth chart, that means it goes by player and their skills and like how they're rated, right? So if I got a wide receiver that's rated over a rookie, why would I play the rookie?
Yeah.
if I got a linebacker and I do my ratings and they're just rated, why would I play the lower rating guy unless I have to? I think in the wide receiver department, the luxury was we just didn't have to. You in midseason you went and got Kendrick Bourne. That's an extra addition. This is what pushes guys back, right? This is what pushes Jordan Watkins' development back because now you got a Kendrick Bourne in here who's a veteran. You went and traded for Brian Robinson Jr. That pushes the development of Isaac Guerrero back. I don't think Isaac Guerrero's a bad running back. He was just terrible on fucking special teams. But the issue was he ain't gonna get them reps because I traded for a guy.
He fumbles.
He fumbled. He's fumbled on special teams like that.
Yeah,
like,
on special teams. Yeah.
Right, but as a running back, he's an explosive threat. Hey, you could have used.
But Breezy, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like Isaac Guerrero, how you went there with him? Not to cut you off, but to use him more into the formations of playing, not just on special teams. But Kyle, he looks like, oh, you fucked up. Oh, excuse my language again, but you messed up. I'm not gonna mess like you messed up, Isaac Guerrero. I'm not trusting you no more. You gotta get.
It's more than that. It's pass protection.
I know it is. I'm just.
It's right.
I'm
so
frustrated.
no. You could be frustrated. It's the complete use of the back. So again, go back to my first part of what I said. Look at the depth chart.
Right.
Is Brian Robinson Jr. greater than Isaac Guerrero on the depth chart? You know what? We're gonna do that exercise.
Okay.
We're gonna go through our players and rate them and just see, and that's probably what Kyle is doing, right? So I'm not gonna activate this guy, because I can, especially if I can use Robinson Jr. on special teams. Hey, can you return the ball? Once he figured that out, that just took Guerrero out of everything because Guerrero was fumbling, like you said, and so it sucks. But I think the only reason why I said that I used him as an example for a reason. The only reason why he was pushed out was because they traded for Brian Robinson Jr. They had to get Brian Robinson Jr. on the football field. That automatically pushed Guerrero down to 3.
Down. Mm-hmm.
Now, if they didn't trade for that, it would have been Guerrero 2, Jordan James fighting for 2. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I like the burst from Jordan James. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, and you're right on that, bro. You're really right, but it's frustrating all around because at the end of the day, it goes back to Kyle. Like, if you're supposed to be the genius, how come you can't figure it out?
I think it's more what I get Kyle from being when his players execute. That's when he's called the genius. When his players don't execute, it's like.
But he's still being called a genius for this season, working with players because of injury. You see what I'm saying?
You got to give him that, though, right? Like
I give him that. I give him that. But I give him that, Breezy. I give him that. But it's like the frustrating part is how can I keep saying you're a genius, man, when we keep trying to reach for it and I can't touch the damn Super Bowl? I can't touch the trophy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know we expect so much because we're the Niners, but we got, 5? We got 5. Mm-hmm. But it's like, come on, bro. What do you – there's something else that you need to do, Kyle. Like, you need to –
So if Kyle would have played the rookies and we lost, you would have been okay, right?
If Kyle played the rookies?
And we lost. You said – like, I'm just saying, like –
it came down to it damn near in this game.
I mean, in this game, yeah. But
Mac Jones came in, right? Yeah, James came in as running back.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, this game was 41-6.
I know that was garbage time. I know. But what I'm trying to say, he looked good, though. Like, if you're going to go in with a scheme, throw in some players that Seattle was game planning against Christian McCaffrey. Throw in James. They're not game planning for him.
I think they're different. I know. I think
we're playing with house money, right? So have fun with it.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
And look, Breezie,
but you're not gonna do that with the game on the line. You do that.
No, I know, but what I'm trying to say is, look at the final score.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? From the beginning, the kickoff.
Yeah.
It was trash, bro. That shit. I said, oh, here we go. And I don't want to be a negative Nancy.
It was trash because of execution.
Yes.
You had
Yes.
Colton McKivit's big fucking ass get pushed back into Christian McCaffrey on 3rd and 1. McCaffrey had a 7-yard gain on that drive. We were like, oh shoot, we might be able to get some explosive. We
Yeah.
could run on this defense. And on 3rd and 1, Colton McKivit's fucked up. And then on 4th and 1, in my opinion, I don't know what the fuck that play was from Kyle Shanahan, but he was trying something. He had a trick. It was toss it to Kyle Juszczyk, and Juszczyk, if you get the option, you pitch it out, and then he pitches it out. It's like a fumble. He was trying. So that all happened from that first bad executed play from who? 68.
All downhill from there.
But that's what I'm saying. It always comes down. Kyle's dumbass play calling comes down to when a player fucks up on the football field. Now Kyle got to try to find a play.
He can't get it together after the fuck up. He can't get it together.
Because his players
if you're a genius, you can get it together after a fuck up.
Bro, geniuses fuck up all the time. That's how they become geniuses, bro.
That's how they become geniuses. I understand. But yeah, I got you, bro. I got you. But it's just, oh, damn it, Breezie. It's frustrating watching it.
I know.
It's frustrating, bro.
I think what it is what I would like, because I got to get the other callers up here.
I got you.
I would like is Kyle to be a little bit more simplistic. Like, frick all the tricks. Like, just go simple. I watched the Bills play before this game. And I know Josh Allen is Josh Allen, but they ain't run no kind of.
He was over there
Sean
crying,
McDermott ain't run nothing. Because you know what he did? He trusted Josh Allen. And if Kyle could just fully trust Brock to just run simple shit, hey Brock, if you don't see this, make some magic happen type stuff, man, we would get more of those plays that are off scripted. And I think in football, today's football, you got to focus more on the off-scripted stuff, the stuff you didn't plan for.
Exactly.
And when it happened, you put a check mark next to it, and then you make it a scripted something later on. And I think the adjustments is where I feel like Kyle just couldn't really grasp the hold of, because he didn't have all his players. He just don't have.
And that's a Kyle thing, Breezie. That's a Kyle thing.
That is a
Kyle thing. And I want to say this before I go, bro. The things about Sam Darnold seeing ghosts.
Oh yeah,
he saw the Holy Ghost today. You know what I'm saying? He saw the Holy Ghost. He was real. He was real cool.
That Jesus hand healed that oblique. And came into that oblique and said, "Oblique, you are healed," and he was thrown.
You are healed in the mighty name of Jesus.
Yes, man. And he didn't even do nothing. He threw for 124
He didn't even
yards.
do nothing. Yeah, but he saw the Holy Ghost, though. He didn't see no ghosts that scared him. He was comfortable. Damn.
You knew we wasn't gonna get to him, but I appreciate you, man, for coming on.
I appreciate you, Breezie, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Stay up, bro.
All right.
X-Man 2. What up, baby?
What's going on, Breezy?
I'm not mad that we lost. I'm mad how we lost. I'm like, bruh, like, what was that?
Let me get my face in the camera. I'm just getting out the shower, man.
It's all good.
I'm just leaving the cigar bar. I gotta add a little, smoke on my jersey or whatever. But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be real quick. I'm gonna be real blunt. I'm happy about how what we did to get what we were, but the execution tonight, man. I'm just like I can't stomach the execution that we put out on the field tonight, because the 13-3 score to a 41-6, it's like I can't even put it into words how I'm really feeling right now. Like it's sad. And then I'm one of those 49er fans I was born in 95. My dad, he's a 49er fan too, but he's a 49er fan, so he was able to see those Super Bowls.
I got you.
I've seen 3 and couldn't really like. I seen 3 of them, but I'm like, man, I want to see a Super Bowl win, and that hurts. to see that. Like, come on, man.
I get you, man.
I'm one of those fans.
It's nothing wrong with that.
And to be honest with you, a couple weeks ago, I got it tatted on my arm.
Oh
I
yeah,
got it. It's on my arm.
I see.
Like I said, I've been following you. I bleed red and gold, but it's like, come on, man. We gonna have to do. We gonna like he'll tell you. This is my pops.
Hey,
What's up, pops?
listen. This loss wasn't on the players. It was on John Lynch and Shanahan.
Okay.
Because my thing is this: you did nothing in free agency. When the injuries started piling up, you ain't do nothing, and you want to rely on what you thought you had. We need help on the back end. You should have signed Hufanga back because you worried about them two young safeties. They ain't working out. Injuries you can't count for, but at the end of the day, bro, do something. Do something in free agent. When Michael Williams went down, they did. Man, Kellen Farrell was washed when you let him go the last time. It's like, come on, bro. What are you thinking about? Jared York is cheap. He don't want to spend no damn money. And I'm trying to tell you, you ain't gonna fucking win. We have a history of. I've been a 49er fan since the catch.
Respect.
Right? So
Respect.
my thing is this. What are we doing? Carmen, his uncle, he need to go talk to his fucking uncle.
I know.
And his uncle ran the most successful organization in NFL history. But he's cheap. He don't want to spend nothing. And Kyle getting his crazy ass head about stuff. I don't know what he be on. I'm just trying to tell you. Y'all ain't finding the talent like you was. We might lose Saleh, but we can find a defensive coordinator. I'm a big component of Rex Ryan, but they don't want Rex Ryan because Rex Ryan gonna come do his own thing. And you want somebody to use the same playbook and run your defense that you got in the book. But that's just my look, man.
I like it.
I don't knock the players because we didn't have them.
Okay.
That's on the GM and the coach.
Got you. My only pushback.
I'm listening.
Is I'm not blaming the coach or the GM when my owner tell me I can't spend no fucking money.
That's okay. You right.
That's it. That's it. I'm gonna do a whole show on Jag Cheap York ass because you know what he thought that this team wasn't gonna compete this year. I guarantee you,
it over exceeded.
Yes, I think he felt all right. We're gonna rebuild. We got some stud guys still here. We'll give him what we could give him. But had he knew his team was gonna be in these playoffs, I guarantee he looking back like, damn, I could have spent some more up front. I could have did this because. And here's the thing: when he should have did it, your pops just said it. The moment Nick Bosa ass went down, you should have found a defensive end that can come in here and be disruptive. I know you traded for Bryce Huff. That was extra.
He should have got his fucking brother.
That was before the season, and look what his brother did. Played the whole fucking year. I know he out the playoffs now. he got eliminated today.
But he would have been helpful for us.
He would have been very helpful. But no, he can't stay. He stayed hurt. He never healthy. He was healthy all season. He missed one game.
Joy ain't never been healthy.
I mean, listen, the Niners you said Rex Ryan. And I'm like, we need a defensive coordinator that's going to change. We need mean. We need mean. And then what I would like about Rex Ryan, you could get rid of this whole fucking defense minus Fred Warner and minus Fred Warner. You get rid of Nick bitch ass Bosa too. I want mean. I want Rex Ryan getting dogs and give me up to stout. Them the two.
Yeah.
I would keep.
No, I like Alfred Collins. Them two young defenses. They got to learn.
Damn, I like CJ West. I'm not a fan of Alfred Collins. I think he plays with his pad level too high. I thought he played in Texas with his pad level too high. And unless he learns how to get that pad level down in year 2, he's gonna be a liability.
Look at Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis played pad level high, but then guess what? He's an animal.
He went to a good defensive coordinator.
So I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get, like I said, the execution. I'm not happy about, because I'm always watching on the reaction with you on the watch part. I'm always
that's it.
Because I'm still stuck on the 10-minute silence that you had on the 3rd and 17. I'm still stuck.
It was almost that today on 2nd and 20.
No. What was that after we got the sack? What the fuck was the cornerback thinking? Dude, you taking a short route on a fucking 1st and 20. Well, all you got to do is think you can come back up to make a tackle to make him short.
He thought it was going to be, his eyes were in the backfield.
That's where they play. Yeah.
That's why Kyle was cussing him out. First of all, that's Robert Sala's job. But Kyle was like, get your ass over here. Like, he really got into Renardo. Had to take him out. Because Renardo was probably popping back. It's like, yo, you got to come out. Next thing you know, we give up a touchdown. This is the funniest shit. Go ahead, bro.
By the way, he picked off Steve McNair in college. I just want to. He did.
We got a legend in the building.
He played Mississippi Valley, so he picked off Steve McNair in college. So I'm just gonna put that out there. But hey man, Breezie, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
yes, sir,
you,
brother.
Man. All right, man. Peace out. Rick, what up, baby? Thanks for waiting patiently.
What's good, man? What's good, Breezy?
I'm hanging in there, bro. Like, I'm smiling because you guys are giving me energy. I miss this. This is good.
Man, bro, I'm pissed off that we lost to Seattle. Happy that, we made lemonade out of lemons. But at the same time, bro, we have to be honest now. We got to get back into getting them trenches. We have to get the interior line.
Yes.
I'm talking about the interior line because today we're not bullying nobody no more, man. We don't bully nobody no more, especially on runs. We are basically trying to run CMC into the ground, and then on defense, our D line, we don't have the depth anymore, man. So I mean, like, to me, I don't understand why we didn't have CJ and Alfred Collins starting, because they were better run defenders than the other two. But yet we didn't do that. I don't know, Breezy. I mean, who do you? It's like I'm frustrated. I'm here in Dallas, and so obviously I get all these Cowboys fans.
Oh God, you gonna get it?
And I'm like, man, shut up. You all couldn't even make the playoffs. And I said, I'm like, look, give us two number ones. Give us two number one receivers. We haven't had that since what, Jerry Rice and T.O.? We haven't had number one receivers. And I don't know, Breezy. I want to know, what is their game plan when they draft? Because I mean, we drafted Jordan Watkins, but we don't even use him. We had Jordan James, we don't use him. So I'm like, does Kyle have an issue with rookies or on the offensive side? What's the deal?
Yeah, Kyle has a big issue with rookies. Unless you're a first round pick, he just doesn't feel like, or a second round pick, it takes a lot to learn the playbook. And Jordan Watkins' knowledge of the playbook is very limited, which means you got to call limited stuff when you put him out there. So you won't get consistency from him. He had a couple of catches, but he had a couple of drops this year, and his limited time. Jordan James was injured for the whole beginning of camp, preseason, all that type of stuff. So it was taking him time to get acclimated to the game. And, he was just a healthy scratch every week because you were only going to go with two running backs. You were going to go with CMC and Brian Robinson. And Kyle Juszczyk. Like, those were your three backs up. Kyle, when it comes to the offense, it's a complicated system. That's why I said I wish Kyle can simplify some stuff.
Dumb it down.
Just make it more simple, especially when you're playing against a team like the Seahawks, right? Who are very disciplined. They don't follow you in motion, so your motions are obsolete. Like it's not gonna like they are very disciplined on how they play. They disguise very well whether they're playing man, whether they're playing zone. So like they're just really good discipline. And the thing is, when Kyle plays those tough discipline type teams, his offense sucks.
Yeah.
Right? It can't move the ball. Yeah, they stack the box, can't run the ball, play coverage. When it's the weirdest thing. So I don't know, man. Kyle just needs better players. I think you gotta address it in free agency. Look, I understand the Niners. I understand John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan gave the Niners a lot of dead money, right? Because they didn't hit on some of them free agents. Like you're still paying money to Javon Hargrave and those types of players that are no longer on this team. That's what the owner got money for. I mean, just pay the money, shut the fuck up, and let them go get other players. Like, but my thing is, the owner decided to put the clamps on that checkbook and train John to be better in the draft. We just got to get better talent coming out of the draft that can stay healthy. And I think we got some talented players. I saw my man Oscar put up a list, and I was just probably in my feelings when I said something. But these are the guys you think. I feel like if you get a new defensive coordinator, these are the guys you can build off, right? So Collins, West. I don't know about Winters. I'm not sold on Winters. I can move off of Winters, but Warner, Siegel, Stout.
Yeah.
I could give Mustafa one more year. I could give him. I could give him one more season. I love Nick Bosa. I love him to death. I need. I don't know. He not mean. Like I need a whole mental switch from the defensive front. I need the ferocious, get at me type dog defense. But it starts with the coordinator, right? It starts with the coach. And I love Saleh. But if he's going to move on and not change up this philosophy with this quarters-based type of defense and trying to keep everything in front, and man, that don't work for that don't work for these players on this team. So either we get the players that fit what he's trying to do,
right,
if he stays, or we switch it up and get mean. I would like bigger corners. I would like physical corners. I would like if we play more man defense, we probably could generate more sacks.
Right.
But you got to find those corners that are locked down corner. And I still keep Demo. I think Demo is a dog too on that defense. So shout out to Oscar, man, for putting that list up. But yeah, offensively, Kyle Truss, George Kittle, CMC, Brock Purdy.
But we have to be more diverse in the fact that, like, if we're going to run, like we knew, like for sure, like tonight, we knew that he was limited. Sam Darnold was limited.
So they said he was limited.
He was limited, whatever. But we should have automatically been like, you know what, you're going to have to, even us knowing that they're going to run the ball more, their stretch plays. It was like we had no answer. Like Kenneth Walker kept going left and right and left and right and left and right. And understand, we were once that team that everybody in our division had to plan for, and now they've gotten that, and we have to get that hunger back. Like now, we're looking at Seattle and the Rams as a team. We have to go back and hunt them, get younger, like you say, get dogs on every level, like Seattle has, and D-line, linebackers, and corner safeties, and we need to go back and get that and get the depth in, get our interior offensive line better, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. If Seattle or Rams win another chip, especially at Levi, bro, I'm gonna be so pissed off. It pissed me off. This should piss off Kyle. It's like, dude, you trying to tell me you think that the coordinator from left the Ravens became a head coach, and now with Kubiak, whatever, his son is calling plays and doing this, and then Sean McVay was on your team, back on your staff back in the day, and he got a chip. That should piss you off. That should piss you off. That should piss you off. Like, no, it's time to get in your back. Like you said before, not so much do all these stupid trick plays, but let's go back to being bully ball, man. Let's go back to because the thing about it, when we were really, even with Harbaugh, If we're able to stop the run and run the ball, just those two things alone.
Simple things.
Two simple things. Run the ball, stop the run. We were in every game. We're in every game. I mean, I think that year, only Marshawn Lynch was the one that got 100 yards on us or something like that. But it was like, dude, let's get back to that. I understand we need receivers, because trust me, if I see Brandon Ayuk, I'm gonna slap him, because you got your money and bounce. You got your money and bounce. You got in your feelings, whatever. But we need better. We don't even have to really get a number one if we're gonna do like the model like.
We gotta get a number one. We gotta get a guy that could create separation. Brock Purdy can't be holding the ball 4.5 seconds every time he drop back to waiting for somebody to get open and get killed back there because no one's open. That's a big thing for Kyle Shanahan.
We do, but he don't never really want to get that though. Like you said before, he don't really. I mean, we went and got Ayuk, but I mean, even Debo wasn't a first rounder.
But Ayuk was a first rounder.
Ayuk, but I'm not talking about Debo wasn't though.
Oh, Debo was a second rounder, but Debo was different.
Like a gadget.
Right. So that's the difference, right? Like you look at this team, I guarantee you had a Debo Samuel out here, they were leaving the underneath shit open all night. I mean, we're going to Jake Tonjes and Christian McCaffrey. You would have had Debo,
hitting with the plants.
He would have been enforcing his will. That's the mentality on the offense we all thought was bully ball. It was coming from Debo Samuel.
Right.
That's gone.
Right. Yeah, we need that, and honestly, at this point, bro, it's time to let Kyle get a real offensive coordinator in it, man.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the hell Kyle doing with that, man. I feel like he's still calling the plays. Is Clay calling the plays? Is he calling the plays? I feel like Clay's calling the play. I don't know. I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is they have to get, if Kyle's gonna have this gadget-based, extra complicated offense, he's got to get better players to run it.
Yeah.
That's it. You got to get better players. You got to get better players and healthier the players that can try to stay healthy.
Right. But I mean, to
you go back to Atlanta, he had Julio Jones, bro, and then the other wide receivers feasted.
Roddy White.
They feasted because they had complementary pieces. Who are our wide receivers?
Right. How about going back to a two-back set again? Like back when he had
Devontae,
Tevin Coleman, Jeff Wilson.
I think that's all Bobby Turner thing. I feel like Bobby Turner don't get no flack. So the difference between, in my opinion, those guys, when you got Christian McCaffrey, you can't take him off the football field because of the threats he poses to the defense. So he might not be, and I think Christian McCaffrey this year, I think I'm going to actually say he lost burst.
Sure.
Right, but he didn't lose his ability to be a weapon. So he kind of turned into the Debo Samuel type of player, but he doesn't have that mentality like Debo. Debo's looking for contact.
You're looking for a contact.
Yeah, Debo's looking to initiate it, right?
Right.
Christian McCaffrey isn't, and that's the difference between the two. But Christian McCaffrey had a phenomenal season, but as a running back, I say that because when Jordan James got back there with the same offensive line, it was more burst, he was getting more yards.
Right.
When Jordan Mason was back there was more burst, he was getting more yards.
Right.
Those guys they're young with burst. And so we got that in the stable. I think Bobby Turner just wasn't trying to utilize it because we needed Christian McCaffrey to be a threat in the pass game. You had Christian McCaffrey as your best pass blocker. Like if a guy misses a rusher, a blitzer, and kills your quarterback, it's because you didn't have McCaffrey out there. So that's why it's hard to take him off the football field. So it's tough. If we didn't have Christian McCaffrey, we would see a 2 running back system. 100%.
I agree with that. So going into the offseason, what would you say is your top 3 priorities for us?
For the offensive line, somebody on the offensive line. Because look, I understand Trent's getting older, but I think Trent continues to play. That dude, I don't think he gave up any pressures today.
No.
Right, which he gave up 6 last week, and everybody thought he was going to be a problem. And I thought this defense was more ferocious than last week's defense, especially from the edge position.
Right.
And he had to deal with a small, speedy guy last week, which was getting the best of him. Today he had to deal with that. So I think offensive line, man, you know me, I want the center, but it's hard to find him. And if you draft the center, it's hit or miss unless you're drafting the best center coming out of college that's a high grade, whatever. When I look at the player that the Seahawks got this year, they got 2 players I wanted the Niners to draft, first and second round. 2 guys. Zabel and Nick Emanwari. Them 2 guys would have changed the preface of this whole 49ers front and secondary. Instead, we waited later to get offensive linemen. I think they just got to go out and get an offensive lineman. And, hey, man, we got Colt McKivitz, but this guy we draft, if he comes in here and he's better, he's going to start. I don't think Spencer Burford is the future guard.
No.
I think he's a backup.
Yeah.
But get somebody that can be mean and maul. Like you talk about, you like the Jim Harbaugh era. Well, we need maulers. And after this outside zone run, we didn't even run it well. So we ran more power gap scheme runs, and we don't got the big motherfuckers to run it. That's why we not getting yards.
Yeah. So
they running into brick walls. So that would be my first thing. My second thing, I swear, if we could just get a mother freaking free safety, bro, like somebody that could just be a ball hawk, just come out of college, led the league in interceptions, just ball hawk. They ain't got to do nothing. You don't even got to stop the run. Just ball hawk, play out there, center field, follow where you're supposed to play. That, to me, would enhance our defense. I feel like, believe it or not, I like Marquise Eagle, but I think Marquise Eagle can
exactly.
I think he can take Mustafa's job in the run.
I think he's more of a. I think he's a eight man in the block. Some like down extra linebacker,
thumper, and great tackler. Right, like takes the right angles because he has the speed. Until he learns coverage. But if you get a guy that already knows coverage and free safety wise, boom, and then you got to draft that receiver. I'm sorry, man.
We got to.
Yeah.
We got to. Obviously, in the first 2 rounds, we have to get either, I would say, offensive lineman and receiver for sure.
Yeah. And I know people got like, what about edge rusher? What about this? Man, listen, if it ain't the first best top 5, 10 edge rushers in the league, if you don't get one of them, I'm not drafting the edge rusher. Just not. I'm not drafting edge rusher. Why? Because we can get somebody that can come in here and be rotative. That's what we need anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, and defensive tackle, we addressed that last year. So, twice. So, it would be those 3, my top 100 picks, them three, it would be those 3 positions. I'm going to focus this next week, put my Senior Bowl list together. So, when I get down there, I know who I'm looking at, who I'm trying to interview, and hopefully to see if they talk to the Niners or not. So I can't wait to bring you guys that stuff, man. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a long off season for us.
A long off season, but like you said before, if we just be honest and address our weaknesses, we can turn around. We've seen it with the Rams and the Seahawks. So it's just about being smart and addressing our weaknesses. And staying young, because we want a team that's going to grow with this over time. We don't want just to get the name that's 33 years old and we got him for a year. No, let's get some guys that we're going to draft that we're going to groom ourselves. So therefore, we'll have our defense and offense back rolling like we need.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Rick, thanks for jumping on the show, man. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man.
You too, brother.
All right, bye.
Peace. Eddie G and the B-Dogs waiting so patiently. We got the same hat on. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. I'm mad we lost. I'm sad that the season's over. And but I'm happy to look forward to what we may see coming. You know what I'm saying? Like what we got coming. We're gonna get some guys back, so that's good.
Yeah, man. That was a rough one to watch. That was tough. Got to tip my hat to the Seahawks. And I like what you said about wanting the Niners to get mean. I don't know if everybody watched, like I know we watched Niners content, we watched Niner press conferences, but if you go back and watch, if you haven't seen it, what got me worried about this game was watching these Seahawks guys press conference and saying, we just don't like those guys. We don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
They a dead honest, deadpan face, these media people saying, we don't like the Niners. We don't like them. We're going to run them out of our house. And that's what they did. That defense is mean. Everybody's talking about Sam Darnold and they're worried about him. And he didn't do a lot in his game, but he didn't have to. That we couldn't stop the run. We couldn't get anything going on offense. I like what you said about the people you saw fighting. Brock Purdy was fighting. I was so happy. One of the things I've been happy to see this season is the emotions coming out of Kyle Shanahan. Because we've heard you guys have talked about it on here. We've heard it many times. It doesn't look like, you wonder sometimes if he cares. When he got after Renardo Green tonight, I was happy. I was like, that's the coach we need. You got to grab these young guys by the collar and say, hey, you fucked up. You fucked up bad.
Hold them accountable. Yeah.
Go sit down. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I've been waiting to see Kyle do. And seeing every team I'm sure has fans that are up and down, but seeing some of these fans, some of these content creators, some of them I don't know. They come across, my For You pages and stuff. And I saw one guy tonight before you guys went on talking about Christian McCaffrey playing hurt in this game. It's like, are you kidding me? The dude's running into brick walls the entire game and he gets a stinger. It's like, obviously you've never felt what a stinger feels like.
Oh yeah. He was another fighter. I forgot to mention him. I'm sorry, but he was another fighter.
100%. Yeah, man. It's like the dude's been carrying. He's been carrying this offense all season long. All season
with two different quarterbacks, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't sit here and tell me playing hurt. The guy almost had 1,000 yards again. Don't tell me he's playing hurt. But that's like I said, you got fans like that. You're going to get them no matter who your team is. But man, I think what you've already touched on most of it. The narrative has shifted. Everybody was planning for us. Now we got to figure out how to plan for the Seahawks.
Bingo.
We got to figure it out, man. Here's
the optimistic part, though. Here's the good parts about that. The good thing is we made it to the playoffs, right? So we didn't have a bad season where we had a losing season like we did last year. This year we're going to be drafting 28, maybe 27, 28, right? Because to say 28 or 29, one of the two, because the Bills lost before us, so we'll be picking late anyway. My point is we'll be picking late or something like that, or 25, 26 or something like that. But my point is that the 49ers made it to here, so now they have an opportunity to really get ahead of what they need to start doing as far as scouting these players, because now they see, all right, these teams were built to beat us. Let's start to change this around. Let's start to shift it up. And the Niners made a lot of changes over the years, right? No Deebo Samuel, no Brandon Ayuk. They got rid of this play, They've made several changes on the offensive side, which is why the offense hasn't looked the same. We're not even a yak team anymore. Like, we went from yak bros to drop back passes and explosive plays down the football field. But when you get a team like the Seahawks that were built to eliminate explosive plays, now you got to get back to the yak game. Well, guess what you don't got? You don't got the yak players. And your best yak players on the IR, and his name is George Kittle. So, it's so ironic, like, how these teams have outplayed us in a game of chess. Kyle has to get back into chess and go back and say, hey, all right, this is what they're doing. Cool. This is what we need to target. You watched Seattle specifically draft the most athletic offensive lineman and one of the most versatile safeties just last year. Prior to that, they got interior defensive tackle Byron Murphy Jr. They got mean. They got young, mean, and ferocious. Even if I left the Seahawks and went to the Rams, look at the Rams. Sean McVay, defense. I got a quarterback that's MVP, S caliber. Let me get him some weapons, right? But let me build the defense, which is what I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're hoping that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan were on that trajectory last year, because that's kind of like what they did. They started to build the defense. They need to set the edge because they know they needed to stop the run. We're your number one draft pick. Potentially your best edge setter was out for the season. So it was just unfortunate that we got beat in the ways we did on the outside zone plays because we just couldn't set the edge, and Seattle knew that. And so they killed us. They creamed it. They milked it. That's what something we used to use. They milked that. They milked the play. They milked the play. And so it's unfortunate. I think we have some of those pieces. I can't wait to see what Michael Williams brings when he comes back from his ACL injury. I think they got young up front. The question, though, is did they get mean? I don't want these gentle giants. I want mean. I'm going to take a bite out of your leg. Talk about your mama, all that stuff. I want it. I want mean, because that to me is the mentality that the Niners haven't had in a long time. And offensively, when Debo left, it's gone. George Kittle is fun. He's not mean. Like George Kittle's fun. Debo Samuel was mean. I'm not saying go find another. You're not gonna find another Debo, but you better find a way to get that mentality out there. Like that right there is the difference. And if the Niners can switch the mentality around and get the right players to fit that mentality and the right coaching to harness that, they'll be fine. The Niners will be back in the Niners are a playoff team. We went to the playoffs with third string players. Bro, just imagine how we would have been if we had our first string players.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know I said it. I was over on with Mike a little bit ago, and I said it. It would have been great to see Fred out here tonight, but how much can you expect Fred to do? We've seen Fred in those situations, right? How many times you talked about, Fred's guy next to him, he's feeling like he has to compensate. He's trying to fill holes. He's trying to do everything. One guy is not going to do it. He would have been great to have out there, but like I told my sons, we were watching the game. I said, I'm kind of glad after the way this turned out. They didn't sacrifice next year to try to get Fred in there just to think that that's it. That's all we need. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
as much as I love Fred and I want him out there, it's like, he was trying. He was on the sideline, but yeah, I mean, and I like what you said when you started the show about not wanting to hear, all these injuries. I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not.
We know it's been happening all year. We're not going to do that now. No, we know we're injured. It's hard to do that next man up. But they've been doing it. And I don't know, man. It's as like I said, as hard as it is to say, I tip my cap to the Seahawks, man. They came for a fight.
They did.
They came for a fight, and
they came.
They were the only ones fighting.
Yeah, they were the only.
They were hitting us heavy, bro.
Yeah, man. Our players couldn't find a way to counter back. I think what knocked us off course though, when you gave up that return to Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, we could bounce back though from this, right? But then when you saw that our offense went 3 and out, I was just like, oh man. Then it was 10-0, right? And then you're like, all right, it's just 10-0. It's still the first quarter. And then you fumble after getting a first down. Then you're just like, oh, now it's 17-0. That's when you had to say, okay,
Am I mad? In that situation, am I mad Tom just fumbled it? Absolutely. You got to hang on to the ball. That's your number one thing is not turning the ball over. He was mad at himself, grabbing his helmet, going to the sideline, but he came back out and he was trying to fight. It looked like he was. I mean, he wasn't dropping the ball after that. But
you're right. He protected the ball after that. Caught a couple of good passes. He finished the game with the most receiving yards, but 59 for the Niners. I mean, he led them in receiving yards, 6 targets, 5 receptions. Yeah. He did do his thing. The fumble, though, the fumble happened at a time where the Niners could have tried to shift the game. I just feel like if that fumble doesn't happen, I don't know, but if that fumble doesn't occur, the Niners potentially could have probably got points on that drive. They were moving the ball, so it was just like they might have got 3, they might have got 7. We'll never know. After that fumble, though, when you go down 17-0, chipping away from there, it's rough. And so that fumble hurt. Luckily, like you said, it didn't change. It didn't change his mentality. He went back out there. So like I said, they had some players that fought, but I think overall as a team, just don't think the Niners brought it tonight, man. I just don't.
No fire, bro.
No fire. No fire. No fire whatsoever.
We were getting blowtorched. We were getting cooked. It wasn't. It's nothing else I don't know how anyways else to put it. It's done. It's been fun this season. It's been awesome to watch, crazy to watch. I'm down here in South Georgia, and people are like, "How do you guys keep doing this?" I'm like, "I don't know, but I'm enjoying it.
You enjoying it,
Hopefully,
right?
hopefully it keeps going.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's done. I'm looking forward to the off season. Hopefully they're gonna make some moves. I look forward to you're going to the Senior Bowl, see what you get out of there.
Yes, sir.
You, Peachy, I Mose, Fair. I miss you guys. We
Yeah.
we're spoiled with some of the content creators we got, and Mike and all those guys at Nothing But Niners.
Yeah, Tony.
It's been fun, bro. Tony is just, I love listening to Tony talk. He's my football intellect only goes so far. You guys, I get educated when I listen to y'all. So
Appreciate that.
it's yeah, bro. It's been fun, and hopefully this next season we'll get you guys out to Atlanta. Hopefully, and with my luck, hopefully they don't make that like an international game or something.
Nah, it wouldn't be.
So
I don't think that would be international.
I hope not.
The Niners and I feel like the only international game we get is the Mexico game, so it'll be Arizona.
Yeah,
And then if we had to play like a team like the Jaguars, or they get the international games. Jaguar,
so
I forgot the other teams, but we'll find out in May. I know that. We'll find
yes,
out in
sir.
May.
Yes, sir. And I hope we get to see y'all down here in Atlanta and get to meet up again. It's you gotta see how big the son is now. He's about to graduate high school, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, man. He's a monster. He stands over me now. He
Wow.
thinks he's tough. He's not tough, but anyway. But no. Seriously though, thank you for what you do. I appreciate it. You guys are great. I love it. Keep doing what you're doing,
Thank
and
you, brother.
we'll see your off season stuff, and hopefully get to talk to you soon.
All right, man. Appreciate you. Peace. Woo! Well, it's crazy because for the first time, I know I'm tired, but I don't feel tired because I got a chance to let y'all talk for a change. So that's what makes me tired. Me talking, I'm gonna shut the freak up sometimes. Just open up the line, especially on these overreaction shows. All right, so Cinnamon Kiss. She says, I think Breezy's talking about the old Debo, not the current Debo. So here's the thing, right? No, I'm just talking about Debo, right? Like, so current Debo and old Debo, yeah, they're two different. We know Debo lost a step, lost whatever. That happens. Debo put up some pretty decent numbers in Washington. He did suffer some injuries. What I'm saying is the mentality, though, that hasn't changed from Debo Samuel. Like, he is a bully. He don't care if he injured or not. He gonna look to run you over. That's what I'm talking about. In this game, this would have been a game for Debo. Why? Because of the cushion. So we're used to watching the teams where Debo is lined up as a wide receiver, but if the Niners line up their receivers right, give Debo the guy where they're going to give the cushion to, that's the underneath. Now you got the quick throw from Brock Purdy, and now it's yak time. So, I just, if the Niners had a guy like a Debo, even if it's not Debo, but the guy that could get yak and enforce and have a mentality where they're going to just be tougher than you. That would change the Niners' preface of their offense a lot. You know what I'm saying? It would change it up. And so I'm not going to say Debo would have helped. We would have won this game with Debo, but I think we would have saw more explosiveness from this 49ers offense because the only persons that we were checking the ball down to was Jake Tonjes and Christian McCaffrey. And Brock was trying to put the ball down the field, I don't know Ricky Pearsall if he's still hurt or whatever. I don't know. But he was a non-freaking factor in this game. Non-factor. Shout out to Oscar for being a member for 26 months. This is what Oscar wants to happen in the offseason, by the way. He wants to get either Saleh is going to be a head coach. You want Jim Schwartz if Saleh becomes a head coach, and then you want to get Vita Vea. Vita Vea is a free agent. You want to get Vita Vea or Myles Garrett. Okay. We get that. It's a wrap. Niners and Aaron, shout out to Aaron Rubin 818. He's not a member, right? But he's a subscriber, I hope. Aaron says, when constructing your roster, your main objective is to win your division. How did the Niners get back to doing that? We don't have the players to set the edge and are going against the top of the NFL receivers. Yeah. You know what hurt the Niners? I feel like the Niners have always been contending, right? So they always end up drafting late. They didn't have a lot of losing seasons, and when they did have a losing season, I would say we kind of hit the nail on the head with that. The Nick Bosa pick. Um, So you watched your other teams build over the years, you know what I'm saying, in the draft, right? Like you watch them get receivers and then get this and then get that. They got a guy like I would say if the Niners can if they're gonna get a receiver, get a receiver from Ohio State. Like find a way to get Jeremiah Smith. I don't know. That would be the guy. Go get a receiver. There's plenty of receivers out there. But that would be a guy. Them Ohio State receivers, man, they just different. You know what I'm saying? As far as setting the edge, I think they addressed that last year. We won't know until Michael Williams is back, but that don't mean they can't find another edge setter. They just got to figure it out. They got to get those type of players that just do specific things right as you build it in the draft. And drafting what? I feel like we're going to be drafting 26, 25, 26, or 24, 25, 26. I forget because it was 6 teams today or something like that. 4 teams today. So it's going to be interesting. No, I was right. 28, 29. And then 30, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32. Or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. We're going to be drafted at the end of the first round. That's all I'm trying to say. So we can do it. You just got to trust the process, man. And hopefully they just hit the nail on the draft. I did like some of the players that we got. I love what we got from up the start. You got your nickelback, right? So at least the Niners got their nickelback. It doesn't sound like we're getting Vita Vea. Damn, $22 million? God dang, for 1 year? So look, I agree, man. You got to win the division. And you look at your division, you need somebody that's going to be able to stop JSN. You need somebody that's going to be able to stop Marvin Harrison Jr. and Michael Wilson, because now I bet you they're going to start featuring him in Arizona. And then the Rams got some receivers, right? They still got Devontae Adams, and they got Puka Nacua. You got to look at corners that are big, that can deal with those guys. Like, you got to find those guys, right? You got to get better up front. You got to get better in the pass rush, So a lot of work for the Niners moving forward, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Corey says, Wayne Breezie, who be the player to hold Kittle down until he comes back? I don't know. They might draft a tight end. I think Luke Farrell's the one that's under contract. Like, Jake Tonjes was a 1-year deal, I believe. I think Luke Farrell has another year. I think they signed to a 2-year deal. Can't remember. They better try to bring back Jake Tonjes and use him. He's more of the Kittle-esque as far as in the passing game. So we'll see what happens. Guys, it's been an amazing season. It's sad that it's come to an end. That means everything, like the Madden, everything's coming to an end as far as 49er based, football. But I definitely will be here still to do my regular scheduled shows. And I got the Senior Bowl coming up, and I'm excited because it's time to get to know some of this new talent that's going to be entering the NFL for players that could potentially be 49ers. And I'll be here. I'll be live in Alabama, going live, bringing you content. And I'll try to do it every night that I'm there. So that way you guys can get a recap of day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 of the Senior Bowl practices. And you guys can ask questions and all that good stuff. So we're going to have some fun, man, But I think the Niners up front, they got to build their offensive line. They got to get better. I need. It's not about Brock just having time to throw the ball. We're talking about run blocking too, man. And it was sad that the Niners had one. They were ranked 24th, 25th in running. That's sad. With a guy like Christian McCaffrey, we're ranked 24th and 25th in running. A guy that had over 1,000 rushing yards, almost 1,000 receivers, we're ranked 24th and 25th in rushing. I think our average was almost 3 yards per carry. Not even. That's bad. They got to get better. They got to fix that first and foremost. So we'll see what happens, man. Kenyon Sadiq, that's the guy I need to be looking out. Well, you'll send me a list, right? So that's what I'm gonna go through my list of the participants of the Senior Bowl and get that stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line, how many TDs does Kyle have against this Seattle head coaching a head coach going back to when he was defensive coordinator, that tells you something. Yo, that personnel, bro, is built for a Kyle Shanahan style defense. And you've seen it. When you get the aggressive upfront defenses that can rely on their rush for, and this is the Robert Saleh theory. Robert just don't got the right pieces. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Rush 4. That's all the Niners want to do. But when you get that from the teams to where they can play 7 people back in coverage, they got 4 people that can rush the passer, 4 people that can stop the run. Man, it's tough. So, and you've seen it. You've seen it in Kansas City. You've seen it with the Ravens. You've seen it with now the Seahawks twice, where they actually came up and, just punched the 49ers right up front in the face and said, you're not going to beat us. You're not going to out-bully us. I think the Niners got to get back to that mentality moving forward. You know what I mean? If they get back to that mentality moving forward, this will be a totally different team. And I think we'll be a lot more confident in this team, especially on the offensive side. Because when we were bullies, we were the talk of the league. Now we're getting bullied, and luckily we're able to hide behind all the injuries. And so hopefully everybody heals up and they come back next season and they got that fire in them. But until then, man, I'll be back here Monday. So make sure you guys are live on the Wayne Breezie Show. We'll be here Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern time, and talking about who's going to be playing in these NFC championship games, I guess, and talk about what the Niners can do moving forward. Love y'all. Keep it faithful to the Bay. I'm out. Peace.
What's up, faithful? Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure you check out some of the other cool videos.